In today's episode, bioterrorism, politics, and a ship filled with white mystery.
Holy God, what are you showing me? His head. Come on!
No, for real, this is how I imagine the meeting. Come!
Massive quantities.
Straight into the depths of hell.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Jokes aside, Resident Evil Revelations is actually a lot more interesting than I remembered, especially since the game was originally a handheld exclusive and came out during the darkest timeline of the Resident Evil franchise, squeezed between Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Nasty.
Replaying it over 10 years after the initial release really surprised me, and that is due to the game constantly lying to you, similar to how I was lying to you by changing the color of the scene for my stupid cum jokes. The story starts with Jill and her new partner investigating a cruise ship to find Chris Redfield. This is related to investigating a citywide virus outbreak which happened in the previous year.
Raccoon City all over again.
I was a bit irritated that the game immediately reveals who's the bad guy behind it all. And I mean, look at the Saruman looking gargoyle. This seems lame at first, but it's actually done to distract you from the fact that almost everyone is a triple-double agent, and that it makes zero sense for you to investigate Chris' disappearance in the Mediterranean when his signal got lost in Finland just hours before. Or does it? By constantly changing the perspective between the three teams and flashbacks, the game carefully curates when to feed you a piece of the story and when to withhold information. This works hand in hand with the cinematic approach to its storytelling, with new episodes and perspective changes being set up by these mini cliffhangers, keeping you constantly engaged between the different viewpoints. I actually think that this approach to storytelling is within the best of the whole Resident Evil series, but the same can't be said about the horror elements.
He's turning guppies into jaws. Shh, quiet.
To showcase this, please look at this clip from Resident Evil 2. And now look at this clip from Resident Evil Revelations. There's something missing from the sound design. For example, I did not even notice this jizzling that was supposed to jump scare me. Cause he barely makes sound. In terms of gameplay, they return to some of the classic exploration, and I truly believe that this game was one of the projects Capcom looked at when they decided on a new direction following the disaster of Resident Evil 6.
Oh jeez.
There's a lot of cringe, as expected from a Resident Evil game.
So, you followed Jessica home. You know where she lives now?
Almost. I had her until the very end, but I lost her near the... Hey! You think I'm a stalker, don't you?
As well as another example of Chris Redfield being the worst teammate imaginable.
Finding a ship at sea is like finding a needle in a haystack.
No kidding.
This guy, who's as strong as Hulk, takes over the hand from Jill and then lets someone fall into their certain death. And the best thing, Jill's not even surprised or angry.
Yes, very sad.
But if you look past this, there's a highly entertaining and even heartwarming roller coaster of a story. Which is actually true to its name, with constant turns, manipulations and
Revelations.